Hi, Eric Wilson here, independent licensed mechanic with 30 years of experience. In the next short while, I'm going to show you the inside story in this 2019 Dodge Ram 1500. Now, this, first of all, coming in on the right front tire, you got about 60% tread on all season radio, so down a bit, but definitely not out. Now, coming behind the right front tire, first thing I want to point out, this is the right outer tie rod. Now, this is critical. It's the only thing that holds the wheel to the steering, and that is tight. This is the right lower ball joint. That's critical because that's one of two things that hold the right wheel to the chassis. That and the upper ball joint. Now, both of these are tight, and that's critical. The right sway bar link connected from here to here, important to be connected because it dampens the sway as you go around the corner. This is your right front spring suspension. No cracks, no breaks. More importantly, this tube inside there is full of oil. If it was leaking, you see it dripping all the way down there. Important not to be, because that dampens your suspension system. Now, this is the right outer CV boot. These are full of grease, and if it was ripped, you see grease all over the place. Important not to be. This is the right inner CV boot. More importantly, right here is a leak point. If it was going to leak, it would leak right there, and see for yourself, bone dry. Now, speaking of leaks, I'm looking for any indication that it's the bottom of the motor, bottom of the front motor there, good and dry. Bottom of the oil pan, good and dry. The front diff coming out there, good and dry. Bottom of the front diff, good and dry. I'm not seeing any indication of leaks here at all, which is nothing but good. Now, coming in on the right front brakes, you've got about, I'd say, 30,000 K, quite a bit of K left on your front brakes. Now, coming into the right rear tire, about 40,000 K, quite a bit of K left on your back brakes. Rotor looking very clean, no issues with that. Your right rear tire, again, same about the front, about 80% tread on all season radios. Coming behind the right rear tire, your sway bar link connected from here up to there, intact, doing its job. Your right rear spring suspension, no cracks, no breaks, no indication of leaks as far as the seal that's inside of here. That's good and dry. Bottom of the differential here, bone dry, no leaks that I can see. Your spring suspension intact, no cracks, no break. Your right rear shock, okay, follow it up, good and dry. So brake wise, leak wise, suspension wise, on the right rear side, no problems that I can see. Got yourself there's your spare tire, got a class 3 hitch, comes in handy. Your exhaust, no cracks, no breaks that I can see. Very, very clean. And speaking of clean, I'm not even seeing any surface rust under here, which is very surprising. So very clean. Okay, coming to the left rear tire, about 80% tread, all season radius, lots of tread. Your left rear sway bar link connected from there to here, intact, doing its job. Your left rear spring suspension, no cracks, no breaks. Your left rear shock, a little harder to see there, but good and dry. No indication of leaks here because there's a seal right here where the drive shaft comes out to the wheel. That's tight. Brakes, yeah, about 40,000 K. Quite a bit of brakes left on your rear brakes. No indication of leaks. No indication of even, well, a little bit of surface rust. Yeah, okay, a little bit of surface rust. Other than that, no indication of any rust issues. Okay, on your front brakes, okay, yeah, 30,000 K on your front brakes. There are lots and lots of K. Coming in your on the front left tire, yes, 89% tread, lots and lots of tread. Coming behind the left front tire, your left lower ball joint tight, your left outer tie rod tight, left upper tie rod, upper ball joint is tight. Left sway bar link connected from there to there. Left outer CV boot, good and dry. Left inner CV boot, good and dry. More importantly, behind it, good and dry. Yeah, and your spring suspension, left front spring suspension, no cracks, no breaks. More importantly, good and dry on the shock inside of that. So brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, I'm not seeing anything on any of the wheels so far. Now, with my scanner plugged in, it says codes found 0, which means that there is no check engine codes, which is nothing but good on your windshield. No cracks, no breaks, dash very clean. Now I'll take you out and show you the condition of the motor. With the motor running, very, very smooth. Shot of the exhaust with the motor running, very clean. Now, one of the things I always do is I take off the oil cap and I look underneath for any indication of white goo. Now, white goo would be very evident, and that would be a mixture of oil and antifreeze, and that would be a head gasket leaking. Now, I do not see any indication of that on this motor, and in fact, I don't hear any indication of problems on this motor at all. And as far as I can tell, it has been well maintained. Now, if you decide to buy, there's 2 things for free that I'm going to give you. Big problem. People laying on the ground with a Sawzall and cutting out cats and getting anywhere from $100 to $150 a piece at the wrecking yard. And if that happens, you, my friend, are looking at minimum $1,000 repair. Now, if you buy, come to me, because I'm going to put these stainless steel straps on your cats, clamped on. And remember, they're laying on the ground. They reach up with a Sawzall, they hit these, and they say, forget it, and move on. That's number 1 I'm going to give you. Number 2, I'm going to put these 2 things on your car. On your truck, I should say. This is going to go onto the motor on the fuel line, and this is going to go plug into the OBD2 port. And what the combination of these 2 are going to give you 15% better mileage. I know, I've done it for 30 years. It never ever fails. In fact, I'm going to give you 2 more of these, and I'm going to show you and show you where to put them on your house, believe it or not, because this will save 10% by itself of natural gas. And you put it on where the furnace, the fuel line, that they just put it right on the outside of the fuel line. It just clamps right on. No tools involved. It clamps on, and the furnace and the water heater, and you will save 10% of your natural gas, and it never fails and it never stops. Been doing it for 30 years. Now, that is the 2 for free, my friend, and simply contact me if you buy. I'll have you in and out the door, and with that, so I want to save you fuel, not just on the road. I want to save you fuel at the house as well. And I'm willing to show you the inside story on any vehicle you're interested in, because I am the Cowboy Mechanic.